Hello golfers, and welcome to the Jess Frank Golf Academy here at the beautiful Deer Creek Golf Club. Another gorgeous day here. And what I want to talk to you about today is something that I wish I knew a long time ago, called the maximum tilt technique. The maximum tilt technique is going to help you hit it farther, higher, straighter, play better golf without you exerting more energy. How great is that? So let's get started. So what is the maximum tilt technique? So I always talk about the body moves in three ways. The body moves in extension, it tilts left and right, and it turns. We want to combine all three. But here, I just want to talk about maximum tilt. And so when I do that, when I set up to the golf ball, I am going to, in my backswing, I'm tilting my body to the left in the backswing. I get so many golfers that come see me that turn too much. So I want to go all tilt in this for maximum tilt. And you can see I can take that to the top of my swing, and I haven't moved to the right. I'm tilting to the left and turning to the right. So basically, as I tilt to the left, I'm turning to the right. So you can see when I tilt my spine to the left, my hip, my right hip actually turns to the right. So that's where I get all my turn from. My turn comes from my tilt. Tilting to the left, turning to the right. So when I do that, tilting to the left, turning to the right, and then on the way down, I'm tilting to the right and turning to the left. And so that is the maximum tilt technique. So you should work on both sides, not only left tilt, but right tilt. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit one here, and I'm gonna do the maximum tilt technique. And I can't hit it any purer than that right there. That's gonna give you the most amount of distance, the highest and the farthest shot. So that is something that I highly encourage all golfers to do. So create the maximum tilt. So here's a really good drill. I like to do this. Put the club across my shoulders. I'm left tilting, and you can see the butt of the club now is down to the ground. A lot of golfers, when they play, they turn too much. So the butt of the club is turning at the camera. We do not want the butt of the club turning at the camera. So here's the maximum tilt. And you can see, as I tilt, I get extension in my body here. I can keep my arms straight. I can bring the club down into impact because I'm creating the tilt. So again, this is something that if I was told the word tilt about, a few years ago, that would have helped me so much in my golf game. And once I got into stack and tilt, the tilt part is what changed my life in golf forever. So tilt, left tilting, then coming down, right tilting. Now, there are mistakes that I see in golfers. What they do when I talk about tilt, they're tilting, they're going too much over to the left. So what they're doing is they're moving their upper center too much to the left. So that's not what we're talking about. That is tilt, but that's over tilting. That's too much. We don't want to do that. And then on the downswing, this is also tilt, but it's way too much tilt on this side. So the way you can gauge the proper amount of tilt is replacing forward bend with side bend. So here I'm forward bending, then I'm tilting, replacing that. So you can see that I haven't moved my head towards the target. It stayed right in the circle. So if there was a circle drawn around my head, you'd see that left tilt, and I turn to the right, then I right tilt, and you can see I turn to the left. Then that gets my weight forward, keeps my arms straight, and I'm able to hit solid shots. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that again. So I'm tilting to the left, turning to the right, and tilting to the right and turning to the left. Again, about as solid as I could hit it. Really solid 7-iron right there. So that's something that I know if you practice that, and again, always set up a camera looking at you face on. I always like to do this when I give a golf lesson. I draw a line right down the midline. I'll draw lines off the edges of the legs. When I'm tilting to the left, I'm turning to the right. I haven't swayed to the right, and then when I'm tilting to the right, turning to the left, I move forward that way. So that's something that's super important to do. Now here's a little bonus secret when it comes to tilt. So when I tilt my body to the left, what happens is that I'm turning to the right. So when I do that, basically what happens is that pressure goes into my right heel, because when I tilt to the left, my knees change flex. Now it's a little extra, But when I tilt to the left, I turn to the right, you should start to feel pressure into your right heel. So you know you're doing it right when you're tilting, because you're going to start to feel pressure into your right foot, okay, into your right heel. So when I do that, I tilt to the right, or tilt to the left, turn to the right, there's pressure into the right heel, and then as I come back down, tilting to the right, turning to the left, you can see that now all the pressure goes into my left heel. So that's something that could really help you as well. So I'm gonna have Jonathan bring the camera around down the line so you can see it from that angle as well. The maximum tilt technique. Again, down the line you'll start to see really cool how this works here. So when I'm doing this, I'm tilting to the left, I'm turning to the right. You can see the angle of my shoulders now. Big difference from what I see most people do in the golf swing. So you can see right here, I've got tilt, I've got hip tilt, knees changing, flex, arms around me, staying pretty straight. And then as I come back down, you can see where the club's coming from here. The club head is definitely not over the top, coming back into the golf ball, tilting to the right and turning to the left. And you can see how my arms and club and body create the arc of the swing. Okay, so that's maximum tilt technique. It's going to give you the most power, the highest shots, and the straightest shots too, because it helps you straighten out your swing plane as well. So again, most golfers I see, they turn too much, turn too level, the club comes inside, they can come over the top, they can come too far from the inside, they bend their arms because there's no ability to keep your arms straight if you don't tilt. So again, tilting, maximum tilt technique, tilting to the left, turning to the right. So when I go to the top here, very interesting, is that now I'm looking at the ball out of kind of my left eye, okay? I feel pressure into my right heel, my knees have changed flex, and my arms are straight. And now as I come down, you can see here, I'm coming down, I'm tilting to the right and turning to the left as I come through and all the way around. Slow motion, I say it in all my videos, slow motion swings, lots of reps. You don't have to hit a golf ball. Just slow motion, tilting to the left, turning to the right, tilting to the right, turning to the left. And you can see I made that little divot in the ground right there too. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit one here. Again, tilt to the left, turn to the right, tilt to the right, turn to the left. Again, that's about out of the center, as much out of the center of the club face as you can get right there. Nice high draw. I will take it every single time. You know, I do these videos for you to understand how to play your best golf, but I can't say it enough. The slow motion drills are crucial for you hitting good shots. And spending the time doing that methodically and taking your time, and there's no rush. You know, you're not rushing. I'm tilting to the left, turning to the right. So as my spine tilts to the left, my hips turn to the right, my chest turns to the right, and you can see that full turn there with a nice solid left arm. Right arm's good too. As I come down now, I can maintain those wrist angles like I like. My weight's to the left, back in the back of the ball, and back around. So again, tilting to the right, or tilting to the left, turning to the right, and back through again. That also helps me. It also helps me hit the ground in the right spot every time as well. So I encourage you, all of you out there, to do as many slow motion drills as you can. Because what's going to happen after you do the slow motion drill, tilting to the left, turning to the right, tilting to the right, turning to the left, what you're going to do is that you're going to be able to stay on balance a lot easier. Now you can see when I finish from down the line how my shoulders, now I'm in a right side bend. My head is still on the wall. My hip's on the wall over here. So I have this nice side tilt. I'm up on my toe here, so you can see the bottom of my shoe. So my weight's all the way forward, and it's become really easy just by maximizing your tilt technique. So when you do that, that's going to be extremely helpful. So here we go. Again, tilt to the left, turn to the right, tilt to the right, turn to the left. Just by doing this in this short YouTube video for you on my Jess Frank Golf Academy site, I have hit the ball so much more solid because I'm taking my time. I'm not hitting ball after ball after ball. So if you really want to get good, follow these instructions. I know it's going to help you play better golf, hit the ball more solid, and have more fun on the course. What is the best nation in the world, everyone? A donation. That's going to help me keep bringing these awesome videos to you. Check the link below. Well, thank you so much for watching the maximum tilt technique. I know this is going to help your game. So please subscribe, hit that like button, share it out with your friends, leave a comment.